All right, here we are on the computer now. We are talking today about the Patio Villa and what you can expect to find in the different regions, the different sections, and how the Patio Villa has really progressed from when they first started making them, way back when, up until now in the South, all the different types of models. So today you're going to discover, let's check over here, you're going to discover all about the patio villas, the approximate prices that you can expect by area. We're going to look on my website at homes that are in the MLS and show you just kind of what you can expect from the interiors, how it's progressed, and sold prices, so you understand where we're at in the market when it comes to the patio villa. If you're new here, my name is Robyn Cavallaro. I'm a realtor here in the state of Florida. I am sitting on a pillow and falling off of it. I primarily sell in the villages. So if this channel is for you, if you're looking to learn more about that village's lifestyle, I am now almost 100% recuperated from the dreaded COVID, which I've been in my house for the past week. And I'm dying to get back out there. So, and actually sound better than I did over the past week. But anyway, so let's get to it. Let's talk about this patio villa. Now, personally, I live in a patio villa. I live in a Ruby model, and I live south of 44. Now, the Villages has done a lot with the patio villas once they got south of 44, so you'll find a wider range of model styles from the interiors once you get south of 44. With that said, 99% of the patio villas are 1,150 square feet. You may find some that are 1,300, maybe a little over, but you're going to have given up something to get that. So what I mean by that is there are some 3 bedrooms that do not have a lanai because they have a 3rd bedroom, and their 1.5 car garage is a 1 car and a cart, and I'll show you those that are separate. The lots are primarily all the same. So, I've had people say, oh, I saw this patio villa. It's so much bigger than everything else. Well, you gave up something, like I said, to get that. Just because this is really what they consider, or I consider, an entry-level home here. I pretty much say they've been modeled after a double wide because they're stick-built homes, but it looks like military housing. They're just one after another, and they pretty much all look the same. They're all vinyl sided. I have not found a patio villa that's block and stucco. The bonds are less expensive than the rest of the homes because they occupy less space. Yeah, and I tell you, for one person, this is plenty enough room for me. Would I like a 3rd bedroom? Yeah, but you know what? For my lifestyle, my office is kind of like in my dining room. I don't know if you can kind of see back here. This is my entranceway. And I had my son-in-law take my dining room light and put it up as far as he could get it. And I don't have a dining room table because I don't really entertain. And I eat sitting here at my computer with my food in a bowl, or at my island, or right over here. I sit in this big oversized chair and watch TV. Now, what I have done with this space is I have brought the living room back into the dining room, as you can kind of see behind me here. Get up and show you. All right, so you come in the entrance, right? I don't know, can you see me? You come in the entrance, and this is normally where the dining table would be, but I brought my chair out here, so my living space is huge. I have people come in here like, I can't believe how large your house looks, because I've made this whole living area extremely large to fit me, because I'll work out here, and I don't need the dining table. Could it be a lot, or I'd say close quarters if you're 2 people? Yeah, could be. Honestly, I don't know if I could live with somebody in this house, but then I don't know if I could live with anybody anymore. So, with that said, we are now going to go and take a look at what we have. Okay, so I'm on my website and I actually have signed in, and now I am on the section north of 466 Marion County. So I want to take a look at what you can expect to find up in that Marion County section. Now you can see this is this Marion County section of the villages. I just made that smaller. This is the area. This is the northwest portion of the villages. And in there, you can find the patio, and we'll just look through these real quick. I did about $335,000 as my search criteria. I haven't really found too many patio villas up there. More than that. 2-bed, 2-bath. There's one currently for $269,000. $236,000. Now, this is what you have to watch. You have to make sure you pay attention to how many bedrooms, because they do have some 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and you want to make sure that if the price sounds like it's unrealistically low, there's a reason for it. 2-bed, 2-bath, 285. And that's all I'm really picking up in Marion County. Now, they have a colony and a cottage villa, what they call them up there. And, you know, they're basically modeled after the same homes kind of down here. They just added on to them. So the smaller ones will have a galley kitchen. This has a little bit of a U-shaped kitchen. Most of the patio villas up north, you will find the laundry in the garage. The laundry is not on the interior. Sometimes I do see if an investor's come in and flipped it, they may make that renovation and pull the laundry into the interior. All they do is cut the wall out and not move it in, but just kind of flip it around. So you will find that, and that's occasionally. And these are not my listings. I'm just showing you what patio villas cost and what you can expect in the interiors in the villages. And this is now July of 2023. A lot of them up north too, you're going to find no bond. Some of them you'll find will still need some work. So typically, if you find them, I don't know. Actually, a patio villa went for sale down here. It closed finally at $280,000, and they didn't need to do anything with it. So, you know, it's perspective. It's crazy, but sometimes the market, I see homes are appropriately priced, and then sometimes they're not priced the amount of work that needs to be done. So you just have to really look in the interior and see what needs to be done, see if it fits your needs. 1.5 car garage. Typically, you do not find 2-car garage in a patio villa. If you do, the 2 cars garage has taken away from the interior space. Like my neighbor, she has a 2-car garage, and her living room kitchen is smaller than mine because I have a 1.5. So I pick up probably 5 or 6 feet, and when you're in a little teeny tiny house, 5 or 6 feet's a lot. It's just like 5 pounds on me is a lot of weight. 5 pounds on somebody that's 6'3" is nothing. So yeah, space is relative. Patio villas all have their patio villas typically do not have rear access. Occasionally I have found one, which I'll show you. There was one that sold on Snodgrass. I actually did a video on that, and that did have a rear lanai. But for the most part, like I said, up north, a lot of the people have enclosed lanai. It's not open screen ceiling to floor like mine is. Let's see if we get a better view of this kitchen. Okay, so this is pretty good here. So up north, you're gonna find this 2-level countertop with bar height counter. This wall, and they end here. Refrigerator in the corner. This wall is open. I don't know if they're going to have a better view here, but a lot of people will take and put a dining table in here. This is where the washer and dryer is in the garage. On this wall here, they have a pantry. Washer and dryers in the interior. On the exterior in the garage, not on the interior. You'll find different forms of this model the further south you go, but this is kind of standard for what is in the north section. Primarily, you're going to find low volume ceiling. You're not going to find that high vaulted ceiling. If it does have a high vaulted ceiling, probably has low ceiling in the bedroom, not high vaulted. Like my home has vaulted ceiling everywhere, so the home does feel very large and airy, as opposed to the homes up north. A lot of them still have popcorn ceiling unless they've been renovated. They'll have the knockdown. Just a characteristic of what you can expect. You can find the bonds paid here, so that's a bonus. Okay, so that's the Marion County section. As you can see, we really don't have a lot of patio villas up there. So, and I'm not going to talk about this in this video, but this is whatever, an Amarillo. They've got 18 different styles of this house. But this is what was, I guess, like an old, almost like an old designer home. But this is what they built up there. You know, so they didn't do too many of these patio villas, but they did this style home, and that's for another video. All right, so now, and if you work on my website, thank you very much for signing up and searching. I'm just checking my email as it goes along. This is where you go to the drop down and you can search by zip code or you can search by area. So the next area I'm going to work south. I'm not going into the historic district because there really aren't patio villas up there. And I really don't want to keep you all here for an hour. Nor do I want to be here for an hour. I'm going to have to blow my nose before the hour's up. Okay, so north of 466, so that's everything north of 466, skirting in and around Spanish Springs on the Marion County border. All right, that's what I call Spanish Springs area. So when we start to look, I'm going to go back here and we're going to do 335 again. Not 3 million. We're going to get a lot of activity there. Okay, and it's now populated itself. All right, so we're going to find patio villas in different price ranges here. So here's one on Alana. It's 3099. Again, it has this enclosed lanai. I pretty much don't really see just screened in up there. Everything has some form of, you know, like the saran wrap, I call it, mostly acrylic and glass enclosure. Sometimes you'll find them under air. This one they actually redid. Look at the floor there. But you can see this is low ceiling. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just bringing out the attributes so you know what to expect from patio villa. Now, this one's been redone. They left the 2-tier countertop, so it's bar height, but they've redid the cabinets and the backsplash. You can see the guy taking the photo. Pantry. So in this model, and I don't remember what they call this, looks like a colony. This one here, they put the laundry in the interior of the home along with the pantry. So, you know, you just have to check each home out to see if it works for you. So this has been completely redone. One thing I find with the patios, and I've said this in a couple videos, that because if you look, I'll show you back here too. So I have a window and a slider. Of course, I keep my door open sometimes, but because it's bright in here, and I have my selfie light. I have a light on it, but I don't have any other lights on. Whatever brightness bounces off the house next to me and kind of bounces into my home. So I think it always stays bright. I promise I'm not going to fall off of this chair while you're watching. I'll definitely edit that out. Oh my God, I sound bad again. I feel really good though. I was like death last Tuesday. But yeah, they did a really great job of modeling this home. Now, I do have a gentleman I work with, an investor. He took this model and he took it, whatever it was, a colony, and made it a ruby. And I'll show you later, the ruby, they actually have the kitchen that goes all the way around. Here, close your eyes. I don't want to make you sick. But I'm going to take you back inside of this kitchen. Yeah, so when he remodeled it, he did the wall of cabinets here, and then he actually put cabinets all along here. Did a great job with that house. I met him because I had a buyer who bought that house, and I thought he did a really nice job. So anyhow, okay. So that's what you can expect, a little bit over 3. Now, right now, I still think homes are negotiable. So just be cognizant of that when you're looking at the price. You might want to look a little bit higher. I'm not going to say that every seller will negotiate too much. They might negotiate a little bit. Just be ready for it. Don't be upset if you're a seller, if the buyer comes back and negotiates, or if you're the buyer, if the seller comes back and negotiates. It's just where we are. It's a good thing. Everybody feels like they've got something that they feel good about. All right, so now this is $265. So now this one is 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom. And you know, if you're one person, 1 bathroom might be fine. But this one is $265. So, you know, again, I say this a lot. There are prices for everyone here. You know, so you have to decide how flexible you want to be, how much work you might want to have to do on a home. But typically this is what you're going to find in a little bit older patio villa that may have not been updated. And this is your opportunity to make it yours. So that one is like $265. There's another 1 bed, 1 bath at $221,000. That's only 927 square feet, but that might work for you. All right, I think that's good. I think we kind of got an idea of what to expect. Again, most of these homes, the bond will be paid. And I'll talk about sell price in a little bit. Alrighty, now we're going to work our way south. I want to go between the 6s. Needs no introduction, between the 6s. Let's go up to 335,000. And let it repopulate. So, oh, you know what? I have to move. Yeah, my map, I extended it a little bit too far. So, just so you know, if you're searching, this map is like me doing it, and sometimes I'm a little off. If anything says Oxford or Wildwood, it is not the villages. All right, so here we are back. Patio Villa. We're still finding the same style, the same enclosure you can see here. This one is 2 bed, 2 bath, 1,156 square feet, 269, 750. Again, what I'm talking about is with this enclosure here. It's not floor to ceiling screened in enclosure like mine is. They probably really started doing that down south. So, okay, we're going to get off of this one. Right, so this one is 309, so we have 269, 309, 299, 325, 310, 294. Now you see an abundance of patio villas starting to come into play once we hit between the sixes. Again, pretty much a colony and a cottage are the two styles that they have. Again, once we get south of 44, you really start to see it change. Just, look at one or two more. This isn't really intended to just show you the homes. If you're interested in anything, you need to call me. But again, 1.5 car garage. Some of them might have a little bit more of yard space on the side than others, but for the most part, they don't. You're still going to find that 2-tier countertop unless it's been remodeled. All right, so again, we're looking between the mid-2s and the low 3s, and within that, you're going to find all different type conditions, whether it needs remodeling or not. Obviously, you would expect the higher range not to need remodeling. In the lower range, you can expect, I don't want to say it because somebody told me I shouldn't say every house needs to be gutted, but you might have to do a little bit of refreshing at the lower price, and they're then priced appropriately. All right, so now let's go to Brownwood. And we are going to, and again, now starting to get Brownwood, you're not going to find too many with a bond paid. You might find some if you're lucky. Okay. All right. Actually, there are not a lot of patio villas near Brownwood. Look at that. So there are 3. Between 288 and 315. So you're going to find them probably in different shapes. Again, they're the same style. Here, I'll just show you this one. You're still going to find them. Now this here, you see they've changed the screened in, goes floor to ceiling. Do you know what I'm talking about? You don't find that enclosure where it has like a border, perimeter, and then partially, I don't know, it's fully screened in. But so they changed this once they got towards Brownwood. But this is the same style home, 2-tier countertop. Kitchen just goes along one wall. See, now this one here doesn't have the full screen. This home over here has a screen all the way to the bottom. This one here does not. So you just have to check out each home to see what they did with it. This one has a galley kitchen. And they did landscaping. Okay, so, and that brings up another point. I am so tired of hearing people tell me, oh, the new homes are cheaper. Yeah, they are, but if you go to a new home and you find landscaping like that, I want you to call me, okay? I mean a brand new one that you just bought from the Villages. If the landscaping looks like that, you need to call me. I want to come video it because you're not going to find it. And that landscaping, I bet they paid $10,000 for the landscaping. So you got to keep that in mind. And don't call me and tell me the homes are cheaper down south. The new ones, I don't want to hear it. All right. Let's go back up. Now we're going to take a little peek. Now we're going to take a big peek. South 44. I don't even know how many patio villas we have here. Okay. This is one of the newer ones. This one's out in Hawkins. So the difference with this one, it doesn't have a garage, but it has a carport, and that's a golf cart garage in there. And this is a small one. This is 971 square feet. But let me tell you, if you want to be south of 44 and you want to be under 300,000, there you go. There's your house right there. Yeah, I got to fix my map. They don't belong in the Villages. I will definitely work on that today. All right, so then here's another. And there are a couple that just went pending. But you can see the difference now when we actually, you know what? I'm going to go to the Villages site and show you the models, so you can see all the different patio villa models. But now this appears to me like it has a 2-car garage. High volume ceiling, knockdown. You know, it has all the latest and greatest, just like everything has down here. You see the difference in the look and feel of the home. This one is, what is this? This is 1,200 square feet, 1,203 square feet. And if you have any questions, please just call me, email me, text me. I'm here to answer whatever I can possible. This one sold turnkey. Okay, they want above asking price, so whatever. But yeah, this one is a 2-car garage. So 2-car garage, the interior space is just bumped a little bit to compensate for that extra part of the garage. But for some people, that's what they need. They want to have a 2-car, and it's nice that the Villages made a model like this that has a 2-car garage, because some people don't care if they lose 5 or 6 feet on the interior, but they need that garage space. All right, let's go check out some models. All right, so this is directly on the Villages website. And I want to show you, this is where if you're not sure about a model, you can check it out. I always tell people, though, to look at the interior, because you never know what a change that a homeowner may have made. So you see they have, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 different models. Now, when you look at this, this is deceiving, because this is not total livable space. This includes the garage, because I have a Ruby model, and it is not 1,600 square feet. It is 1,152. So don't, I'm sorry, Villages, this is a little misleading. You need to let people know that this is total footage, square footage of the home. But you can kind of see the layouts here. 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 2 bed, 2. You know, are you going to find all of the models? I guess you can find available homes, but I'm not helping you do that. Not on their site, I'm not. I'm just here to show you all the different models. But what I was saying here about the Ruby, which is what I have, is that the Colony, pretty much the kitchen stopped right there. Where in the Ruby, they continued it here and made the laundry in the interior, which I love this space. I mean, my house, it actually reminds me, I think I've said this before, my first husband was in the Army. This looks like our house, our first house. We'll just lay it out a little different, but it still looks like the house, except it was all cinder block. And it was in Hawaii. But yeah, you can see that how many different models and styles, because this is so appealing. It's a great price point. I highly suggest that if you're looking for an entry-level home, it's your first time home here, that you check out a patio villa. Unless you have a pet and you want a fenced-in yard, then maybe a courtyard is the right home for you. But yeah, so there you have it. All right, now we are going to take a look at some of the homes that have sold. Let's get this out of here. Come on. Okay. One thing, if you're searching on my site, the MLS is not set up to search model style. So you can't search for a fence, you can't search for a courtyard or a veranda home. The MLS is just not made to accommodate that because it's not a proprietary program. It's a program made for all of the United States. But Stellar is for Central Florida and Puerto Rico. So if you're looking to search those parameters, you may get a home from me that doesn't fit all of your criteria. If you haven't set up the criteria that you wanted to search, it's just going to send you whatever. It's probably not going to be what you're looking for. Just make sure that, so say for example, if you want to look at a home that's at least 1,500 square feet, put 1,500 square feet in the parameter, and then it'll send you and only show you homes 1,500 square feet or greater. Always put that plus sign so it accommodates higher value. All right. So let's look at some of the patio villas that have sold. And I'm not going to open them up. I just really want you to see price-wise. This one on Craven Way, which is in that Lynn Haven section near to the west of Buena Vista in Sumter Landing, listed for $319, went for $315. This one on Leslie Lane went at full ask. I'm going to take a look at this because you know what? I sold this to the person who bought it and fixed it up and sold it. Oh no, this is the one we sold at $217. Wow, this is going back a long time. Yeah, so this one here at $217, this was almost 2 years ago that we, 11/5/21. That needed a roof and it needed a lot of updating. And this was obviously in the beginning stages of COVID. So, yeah, $217. I had a good deal on that one. Let's look for some that are on the newer side. Let's see here. Duran Drive, listed for $249. It sold in July for $226. You know, I think was I in this? I don't remember. Anyway, I'm not going to go in and talk about the interiors. I just want you to see that, obviously something was going on there that for $249, it went down to $226. If you're interested in learning about that, you can call me directly, but I'm not going to go through it right now. Because we're just kind of giving you an idea of what patio villas are all about. This one on Carvello Drive went for $100 under asking. That's Oxford. Let's see, Rose Cross Terrace. That went for under ask. The list price and the asking price are like opposite here of what I'm normally used to looking at. Let's see. I'm sorry if I'm making you sick by going through here. This closed in May. Listed for $308. Sold for $306. Actually, I'm getting really hungry right now. This is on Botello Avenue, listed for $257, went for $255. You see, you actually can search my site for this too. It's not just me doing that. All I did was, when I came into here, I checked status. I went from active to sold. You could change from sold to pending. I know, that's slick, isn't it? You just got to check the date. I'm sure there's a way. I really don't want to figure it out right now, but let's go back to sold and I'm going to move this map up because you can take a look. You see the look? This is in Susan Avenue. Actually, this was my buyer. This was last summer. But just the look of the home, a patio villa. Oh, wow. Hey, look at that. That was my buyer, too. Isn't that interesting? This is my buyer too, all three of these. But the looks of the home, these are all south of 44. Oh, you get it. The look of the home is different south of 44 than when you're kind of looking up north. So we go back up north and I'll just show you. When you move this map, it'll repopulate what you're looking at. No, this moved over too far. Come on. There we go. Let's get off of there. All right, so, oddly enough, I didn't set this up, okay, people? This is my buyer, too. This is actually a really nice one. But you see, the look is a little bit different than south of 44. So the homes have evolved. This is another one north of 44. So the homes have evolved, the look, the feel, the everything, the further south you go. All right, everyone. I hope that was informative. It was just kind of a quick overview of what to expect in a patio villa. The new bonds are about $23,000. Like this home was built in 2017. The bond was $14,000 when it was built. So the bonds are higher. The new ones, the taxes are higher. So if that's going to be a deciding factor for you, you might want to look in the Fenny Marsh Bend area, McClure, Monarch Grove, or go way up north and you'll be able to find something that is a lower tax rate and no bond. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for staying with me all about the patio villa. Up next, I'm actually going to do a video on each style of home so you have an idea of what we're looking at. All right, until next time, I'll see you. I think I'm going to take a nap now. See ya.